Ingenui, PepsiCo. Sometimes you meet terrific CEOs in the oddest ways. A half dozen years ago, I had my daughter's swim team over to the house for an end-of-season bash, and I wanted to do it up right. I polled a bunch of the kids about what they wanted and was astounded at how critical they were on snacks, including the snacks that I regarded as quintessential fare for these get-togethers, namely Fritos, Doritos, and Lay's potato chips. Without even knowing it, I had run into a body is my temple set of kids who wanted to end the season strong and healthy. That Monday, I went on television with my friend and former CNBC colleague Erin Burnett during our old Stop Trading segment, and I described the weekend swim party to her, how the young women all shunned fatty snacks like Fritos, something that could spell real trouble for PepsiCo's Frito-Lay division. The next thing you know, the company's investor relations people have sent me a box of all of the non-salty, non-fatty snacks that Frito-Lay is developing, along with an invitation to their testing facility in Aberdeen, Maryland, to see what's in the pipeline. I spent a day there and came back convinced that PepsiCo will deliver on its promise of developing more healthful snacks precisely to deal with younger people who are in revolt against unhealthy food, as well as public health officials who see these snacks as the proximate cause for the obesity epidemic in this country. The commitment to change comes right from the top, with perhaps the most cerebral executive I have ever met, Indra Nooyi, who is determined to lessen PepsiCo's reliance on the historic namesake brand while building an international snack franchise of good and good-for-you products that are loved for their taste, and in many cases, healthful characteristics. When I look at the PepsiCo that Nooyi inherited in 2006, I see a company that relied mostly on developed markets for profits, struggling against Coca-Cola in a worldwide slog. It had little in the pipe to change the impression that this soda and snack company could adapt to the needs of a developed world, where natural and organic foods are increasingly popular, while salty snacks are craved in emerging markets where PepsiCo had a meager presence. In just a few short years, Nooyi has upended the entire edifice, spending billions in acquisitions and marketing to become a leader in snacks in precisely the growing emerging markets that have been largely overlooked or ignored by our predecessors. From almost a standing start, PepsiCo has become the number one food and beverage player in Russia, India, and the fast-growing Middle East. A partnership with Tingyi, a gigantic Chinese food and beverage company, has helped make PepsiCo a leading beverage brand in China, where stepped-up marketing could lead to big benefits in the next few years. Benefits that are not currently in the analysts' estimates. Plus, Nooyi has now set her sights on re-energizing the classic Quaker brand, which has been relatively fallow, lost in the shadows of the much larger Frito-Lay salty snacks division. Quaker is known worldwide as a delicious, nutritious, and wholesome food provider. And Nooyi is refreshing and reinvigorating its product line, introducing yogurt bars and Quaker Real Medleys, fruit and nut bars that I sure wish had been around when I threw that swim party. She's done the same to Gatorade, extending its varieties and taking over valuable shelf space worldwide. At the same time, she has moved aggressively in the good-for-you space, with acquisitions like Stacy's, Sabra, and Naked Juice, while repositioning Tropicana as a much more healthful drink, including offering an extremely successful reduced-calorie orange juice. Nooyi, though, hasn't skimped on the billion-dollar brands that are more good than good for you. Lay's potato chips, Doritos, Cheetos, and Sun Chips have continued their share-taking, while Mountain Dew, long a stepchild to Pepsi, has come on strong not just here, where it is now the number one convenience store carbonated soda, but in India, where it has become the number one soft drink in the entire category. Yes, and I will admit that Diet Mountain Dew is the sole vice left in my daily routine. Still, it's been a challenging time financially for PepsiCo. Nooyi had to buy in the bottling business that a previous management had spun.